Sorry for the late start, guys, but we are up and ready to go. Welcome once again to another episode of the Glassbreakers Guild here on Casual Cactus. I hope you guys are ready for this. I hope I'm ready for this. We will see. We did, as you know, not stream last week because we were getting ready for FanX. That was this past week. Had a lot of fun. And at some point we will maybe do a recap for you guys. A lot of fun. Lots of neat stuff seen. People, panels, money spent. Whole 9 yards. If you guys have not yet had a chance to make it to FanX in Salt Lake City, you really ought to. Next year, 2025 is, they've already posted the dates, September 25th, 26th, 27th. So go ahead and get that on your calendar now. If you guys are wanting to come and visit, it is always a lot of fun. Few quick reminders as we get started. All of our video content does go up on our YouTube channel. We are now current and up to date. Everything that we've done is, in fact, on the channel now. So you can go out there and find it. I realized when we got back from FanX that I was about 7 episodes behind. So that's on me. But we are caught up now. So everything is there. If you are finding this on YouTube, welcome. Thank you. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications, and you will always know when those new episodes get put up. Eventually. We also run a Discord server that we use to help keep you guys informed on when videos are going to be put up and when the live episodes are airing, and if there's any change to our normal schedule. We normally stream Mondays at 6:30 Mountain Time. Sometimes things happen like getting ready for FanX, and we let you guys know via the Discord. So if you haven't already, be sure you tap into that resource, and you'll always know when to be here for our Monday night sessions. I think that is all I'm going to have to get started. So let us go to the table and see who would like to do a recap. And it looks like it's actually going to be Danny.
I mean, I can get us started if somebody else remembers the last little trunklet.
Sure.
So,
all right, go for it.
We decided that, like, in the wake of trying to figure out all of the things that need to be figured out to get ready to overthrow yet another organization, although this time arguably perhaps a bit smaller than our last overachieving goal of world domination. We set about to figure out what resources we have. Not Castian, the one on the hill.
Cassius.
Yes. After speaking with Cassius, Castian starts some black market business dealings with the dragon.
He came to me.
That's fair.
That is true. That is true. Although I'm not sure if he would have had he actually, like...
Do you think he's the kind of guy that cares?
That's fair. That's a fair point. Anyway, there is now some black market trade going. We collected a few different items. Simi, at least for her part, now has an ooze in a bottle that she doesn't know will die within an hour when she lets it out. That's a problem for future Simi. There's a cannonball. Miniature cannonball. Several miniature cannonballs. There are a few different things going on there. Castian negotiated a better price with him and then continued to play like his chaotic evil game. We've got...
He got a coin.
Yeah, he got a coin.
I did get a coin. I could not find my flipping coin for D&D. I don't know where it went.
but yes, there were items gathered. Killian felt movement in the force for the first time in quite some time, and had a fetch quest to gather.
I gave myself a fetch quest
to gather all kinds of different things that he could then, in turn, turn into idols to the old gods to see which one picked up the phone. And thankfully, towards the end of it, the one that he wanted, which was life, was the one who plugged him back into the Paladin network.
You're subscribed to the Paladin network.
Yep. So that happens, and now everybody that he has done business with in the past day thinks that he tips so hugely that they're going to be deeply disappointed the next time that he buys anything from them. And our old man, whose name? Artemis, yes, of course, I should remember this. Artemis has seen fit to, without actually knowing these people or their attitudes about anything, take them on grandfather trips to teach them all of the things that he thinks that they don't know about the city and the goodness and what's there to be protected. It's an interesting choice. So yeah, that's about the long and short of it.
It was going along that way.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Was there anything toward, like, after his?
Not that I thought that was important.
Yeah, anything after his?
There's stuff that happened. I don't think it was important.
Other than us just buying the magic items, we had sort of a discussion on how the hierarchy of the order works.
Yes.
Talk about the Inquisitorians.
And then the quiz.
Yeah.
Inquisitorius.
Who should take over?
Yeah,
Order.
we basically were trying to figure out. Yes, well, if we do take out the order, what will be the hierarchy and what would happen?
There was talk of trying to shove Simi's, whatever he is to Simi, into power there, but nobody's actually run that past him yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, you were gonna call.
We're
him.
just in theory.
Yes.
We're just in theory mode.
Just we're throwing noodles up against the wall and see what
Let's just
sticks.
talk right now.
We're waiting
Yes,
for it to.
that's a big ass D20.
So
Eyeballs
many
in it.
eyes.
So many eyeballs. It's
There were
really
so
cool.
many big D20s at
Yes.
There were.
this year.
If the one wasn't what was it, $300?
300, yeah.
I would buy that one. It was like
Maybe like
this big.
3 times that size.
It was like break your coffee table.
and not even metal, just resin.
Jeez.
But it was
Red
they
one.
were $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that
Yeah,
about
I think
covered
that
it.
was. I think that was it.
Okay. Did you guys have anything pressing upon you that you were looking to accomplish and get done?
Well, I do reach
Yes.
out to Acherai. Wow, his name left. I do reach out to Acherai to see if he will meet up with us. I think I might already have, but I don't remember. So.
Okay.
So, for me, it will depend on what Rosk's response would be, because that will depend on
Wait,
what time frame I
Accurate, but you
feel.
know.
I mean,
Acherai.
I was like, he better not know.
I mean, his last name
All right,
was Ross.
all right,
for a
I'm here
while.
now. I'm here.
I mean, do
From the
you
depths,
want
I climb up
Ross
this
to
idiot
know?
cellar.
Lucas, you've returned. The last time I talked to you, you were driving a car.
Yeah, I got lost in a parking garage.
I have a lot of questions.
We got lost in a parking garage when we were leaving Sunday, and Lucas came out.
That's amazing. I'm sad that I missed it.
Okay.
I need to go see Cassius.
Okay. So, you're reaching out to
Acherai.
Acherai through the sending stone?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you wanting him to meet you guys?
I guess I'll ask you guys first. Like, do we want him to meet us here at the hat shop? Do we want to meet at my house? Do we want to? What do we want to do?
Probably at the hat shop. I can magic us a protective barrier. No offense to your home, but if they know somewhat of your goings on.
That's fair.
it was probably best if we, with your permission, use it in the hat shop.
You okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's just like you've been here without my permission for months now.
Yeah, but now he's here and I can ask.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, okay, so I'll have him meet us here as soon as he thinks he can.
I do have a couple of, as the blacksmiths would say, irons in the fire. I will be with you as soon as I can.
ETA?
Days, weeks.
Is that one word or three? how does that count?
Good question.
Probably this evening.
It's already evening
Okay.
now, so the next evening?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
probably next evening.
Okay, so tomorrow evening I think that he'll meet up with us here.
Okay.
You still have grandfather quests to send people on, I guess, or to take people on.
Well, I was actually going to ask Lucas if he would be willing to go on a walk with me.
Again?
Mhm.
Like the middle of the night. But
What-
sure.
What better time? No time like the present.
You
You
don't
never know if
I'm-
you have it tomorrow.
You don't know I'm afraid of the dark.
I don't.
Oh boy. Okay, I follow you. And hope I don't die.
We probably won't go far. So the hat shop. I'm trying to remember the part of the city that was in.
Oh, map.
It was
I think I have a map
it was
here
towards the
somewhere.
middle
Yeah.
upper part of the map.
Yeah, so like where her house is,
Mhm.
on top of the hill, she can look down and see mine.
Okay.
Like, just
Did
off
you find your
there.
map?
Yes.
So
Ooh,
I'm
forgot
gonna
about-
take you towards.
mad ramblings.
I want to take you.
You're right here.
I think right around there. Yeah.
No, right here. Oh yes, right here.
Okay.
Right there, the little Cassian's place, because
Yeah.
he's on the.
Perfect. Actually, then I'll take you towards the river.
So we can throw you in.
This.
Okay.
Oh,
You can.
I have
you can.
my magic bag.
You can disguise yourself, right?
yes, we remember last
Maybe
time.
do that.
All right, bibbidi bobbidi boo. I'm now.
A witch?
A pumpkin?
Shut up.
A woman in a very nice dress?
A footman with a
A
tail?
regular
mouse?
looking person,
Okay.
as opposed to the other non-regular people I know.
That's,
I mean, that's fair, right?
I mean,
Have you
Yeah.
seen the group of people that you're hanging out with?
yes.
I mean, most of us look
Half
normal.
elf, half elf. I'm surrounded by elves.
Human.
Are you a human?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's wrong with elves?
nothing. I just
They just tower over the
they
hobby.
just tower over me.
Just, it's a brave talk for around here.
That's rounded stomach, you racist.
Where's my?
Are you taking me on a walk?
Yeah. So I'll take you over. I just want to get to the bridge. What I wanted to do is somewhere where there's less lights, which is sort of unfortunate.
Okay.
But since I don't know, so once we get to the top of the bridge, he's gonna stop and he's just gonna kind of lean on the railing and he's gonna point with his staff. Lucas,
Yes.
do you see the snake? What is the word I want?
Constellation.
Constellation. Thank you. The snake constellation there.
Sure. Let's see. 7. Unless it's a survival or a history,
How-
nature,
Well, I mean,
Maybe more than
investigation. I should have asked before.
are you let me think. Make me a case for one of your skills.
Survival. Because it's not a high one, but at least I'm proficient in it.
Okay.
So I would just bring it to a 15.
So make the case for using survival as the skill check.
On your Boy Scout trips.
Yes, Brayden actually knows how to do that.
So celestial
using the North
navigation.
Star,
Okay. I can see that. So
Okay.
what does it bring it up to?
15.
15?
I know the
Yeah, you know the
one it looks like a
I mean,
Z.
yeah, it's not hard to find. It's one of the more prominent.
Yeah.
It's one of the more prominent ones, but you're glad that you're not having to, actually rely on it for, navigation.
Yep. Yes, I see it.
So you're too young to remember this, but when I was young, there was one more star on the tail.
Oh.
I made it a little bit longer, and there was some talk about the star going out. And I remember thinking that it was a terrible loss. But most everyone just, there's millions and millions of stars up there. But I just want you to know that though there are millions of stars, there are those of us who care that one went out. Lucas,
Yes.
I do worry, now knowing a little better about your shadow creature demon thing, that you may not care so much that your light goes out. So, what can I do to help you? What is it you want? Where do you want to be, say, 5, 10 years from now?
I don't know. Well, I kind of like being in libraries and sort of always thought I would, be sort of a person who just watched a section of a library at a certain point, like shipped off to Le Mans Wells, where people are sent to retire, quote unquote.
I don't know how many of them actually made it to Le Mans Wells, but...
Say glue factory? What? Sent out to
Le
pasture.
Mans Wells, where we just send the ones we don't want far away.
None of them actually make it. They're all dead.
Probably.
Okay. No, we can work with that. Now, I know that you have an affinity for the magic and magic items and things.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you would also like to pursue?
Yes, that would be kind of fun. You procure a collector of magic items, yes.
He pauses for a second, and then he reaches inside his bag and he pulls out another bag from inside of his bag. It's a sort of a burlap cloth bag, and he's just going to hand it to you. Now, all of those are inert.
Okay.
What if we started a museum for you? Not quite a library, but you could have books, of course, and magic items that you collect, and just an idea, something to think about. That bag is a collection of work from probably 25 years. I can tell you about each of them if you would like later, but
Okay.
perhaps you could tell others and teach them as a librarian of sorts.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun. I never really knew what I was gonna do in life, so
It's good to have a goal, something past the darkness that we see now, a place for your light to shine. Thank you, Lucas, for coming out. I know that a lot of my rambling is nothing more than that, but you are all important. You are a star that I would be sad if you went out.
I'm gonna make a character choice here real quick. I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Keith,
John.
may I ask you a question?
You may.
What would you set the DC of the demon to be?
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
I suppose I need a little more context. What are you?
I'm rolling against something.
He's not sure.
Against the demon, shall
He
we
just kills
say.
me right now. Throws me in the river. Oh, he just had a heart attack and died.
So
Oh, no,
are you
bad.
trying to? I guess.
Let's say
Well,
I'm trying.
so what's the?
I am trying to mentally think of something, but something is preventing me of doing
He
it.
needs to resist the demon's power.
Yes.
Let's see how closely he's paying attention. Not very. So
Okay.
it's probably well, let's say it's a DC 16.
I did roll a 16,
Okay.
but
Minus.
-2.
Minus 2.
Very
So
nice.
so
Actually,
close.
That's a failure.
As a character choice, because I think this would be kind of
Mhm.
fitting, because we never discussed what I traded with for.
Mm-hmm.
If you paid close enough attention, you do see the ambition glowing in Lucas's eyes on the prospect you just told him, and that you see a flutter of shadow within my eyes, and you see that ambition just disappear. I sort of get a confused look. What were we talking about?
Oh, I was saying that it would be sad if your star went out.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I'm talking about your future and potential for a museum.
Oh, were we talking about that?
Yes? I'm gonna look for your shadow, but it's dark.
You guys hear the pitter patter of a young boy's feet as he's sort of running across the bridge, and he catches sight of you, and he rushes up, and he holds up.
It's a dragonborn.
He holds up what looks like a pamphlet. 2 coppers for a pamphlet, sir.
I can afford this! He'll hand him 3.
Oh, thank you, sir. And he hands you off a pamphlet and goes scurrying along in his merry way. Each of you now have the next installment of the Elwick Chronicles.
Whatever that may be.
Whatever that may be.
Okay.
The chief, the sort of the headline story talks all about how an unnamed restaurant proprietor has set up an illegal monster fighting ring, and the losers get put on the grill.
Oh, jeez.
This, I mentioned it's just like this coward of a restaurant who will not be named, but for reference, I will name it, and then the guy's name.
Exactly.
Who I will not name,
But
but their
call
name
him-
rhymes with.
Or no, it's just like we'll call him just for the sake of brevity of writing.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, naturally, people will read this and be like, a monster fighting ring where you eat the... How novel! How exotic!
Exactly.
Do they sell tickets?
Exactly.
I'd go.
And then he disappears off away from you guys.
It's really late for them to be out selling.
Yes. As well as us, we should probably get back.
Yes, indeed. And
Um,
he'll leave
Brayton,
Mm-hmm.
sometime.
there is a almost subliminal hint of sulfur in your nose as you start off down the path back to the hat shop.
Anyway, as we're walking, he'll tell you about some of the worthless magic items that are now in the bag that you hold.
Oh yeah, I'm holding this.
There's a lot of stuff in there. All of it is essentially just like it reads as magic. It does nothing.
All right. So you guys get back to the shop. Everyone sort of beds down for the night. Night passes. The next morning, sort of before business hours, Castian, you decide you wanted to head over
Yes.
to see Cassius. You do arrive at the gate. You've been here before, so the guard recognizes you. Sort of points you up towards the house. Halfway up the path, the majordomo appears at the door and stands there waiting for you. Good day, sir.
Good day. No problem about.
Follow me. And he leads you to what is becoming a very familiar room. It is the library again. Cassius is there. Cassius is there, and you kind of weren't expecting him to be posing for a portrait.
So early in the morning?
Well,
I mean, to be
With-
fair, it takes a long time.
Oh.
With his shirt off and just his trousers.
Captain Morgan Bros.
No, but he's
Fabian.
sort of lounging in
Titanic.
whatever this pose is that he has adopted, and there are half a dozen women of all varying sort of
It's 5 o'clock
social
in the morning.
social standings
Haven't gone to bed yet.
painting his portrait from different angles.
Cassius's Magic Academy. On the itinerary.
Good day, sir. Welcome. Do come
Sort
in.
of
Get yourself some refreshments.
Thank you. Now we'll go over, grab something to eat and something to drink. Kind of peek at the portraits that they are doing.
So it is like a wide variety of styles and a wide variety of skill levels. So some of them are very good and would grace any art gallery in the city that you could care to name, and some of them you wouldn't hang on your refrigerator if you had a refrigerator.
It just dawned on me that these women are just part of his collection.
Mm-hmm. You just thought of that.
Yeah, it just dawned on me.
They're part of his second collection, actually.
No, his third, isn't it?
No, the books
His
were...
his hoard is the first. And
Well,
then
his
collection. Oh, collection. Oh no, I would. Yeah.
yeah,
His
his
collection.
books were part of the hoard. So
Yeah.
he has his hoard, and then he's got the women.
Okay.
So they're his second hoard. Bear with me just a few more moments. I feel as though we are
a few
getting
more
close.
hours.
And as you're sort of finishing your repast and the little bit of very strong tea, coffee in this case, that has been brought into you, one by one, each of the women sort of reaches what she considers to be her stopping point and starts to put things away. They gather their things, and one by one, they sort of come over to him, plant a kiss on his cheek, and exit the room. Before long, the two of you are there by yourself. He sort of shrugs into a very nice silk robe, ties it closed.
I was wondering if it was going to or not.
What can I do for you today, sir?
Regarding those items for sale,
Yes.
they are sold.
You amaze me, sir. That is quite... I did not expect you to be able to move those items quite as rapidly as you did.
I did not either, but
Well, it is
I-
both of our good fortune.
it
then,
is.
sir.
It is. And I have your earnings here.
He'll take it from you, and without even counting it, he'll just set it over to the side. Very good. I do believe that bodes well for our particular partnership. I will be on the lookout for further such
Well,
opportunities.
Put some cash together.
Absolutely. If there's any other service I could provide, please let me know.
Of course.
Don't hesitate to ask, and I'm sure we'll be in touch very soon.
Of course, I sadly do not have anything at the moment that I wish to put out into the world, and have no need of liquid assets at the moment. I have quite enough of that for to be going on with. So, but I will keep my ear to the ground, as they say, and if anything crosses my path, I shall let you know.
Well, thank you. There is a certain matter that I would like to discuss, if you are willing to.
Of course.
Every time I come in through the front
Mhm.
door,
Yes.
there is an effect.
Of course.
Is there any way to mobilize that?
I mean, that's already been done. Your friend Killian knows that has already been done.
But I can't ask.
But you see, I don't want to have to another Gillian know that I have this.
I can't let him know
It's a
that I know.
secret.
I'm provided Akerai with one for use in corralling a loose horse, I believe.
Well, this is more of a personal project of mine that doesn't need to be getting out. You know, word doesn't need to get out. If you understand what I'm saying.
I believe I do.
And for me to ask Killian, it would be very unfortunate.
I want to use it against him.
He would not be.
He would definitely not be the target of interest, of course.
But he would
Well,
not be
well, that's-
amused
that's a
by
lie.
who you have set as your target.
Probably. And
I see. I'm intrigued. Do tell.
It's more of a I have it if I need it. I just don't want word getting out. I have one.
You have someone in mind. Don't lie. I can sense such things. And I couldn't in good conscience give you such a device without knowing where you were aiming it.
Well, fair enough. And by all means, please note, it would never be against
Oh, I never would have assumed,
against my
no.
dear friend.
But I would hate for it to catch one of my associates in the
I
crossfire.
see. Okay.
An anti-magic field and an anti-magic field.
Like I said, we don't have to discuss this now, and it's not in a huge hurry or anything like that. I'm just curious on your thoughts if that could be possible.
It is quite possible. I do not currently have one of the devices available to let out into the world, let's say.
Yes.
But I can make inquiries, assuming that I have certain assurances.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Like I say, it's a. Okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
Chat's having a good time.
It'll definitely be something for down the road, and so I'm not
course.
immediately or anything like that. I just wanted to get a general feel on if it could be done and stuff like that.
It is certainly possible. It is
Like I say,
not
it's-
a cheap option for you, but I can see what I can do.
Okay, well, until then, we will be in contact. I thank you for business.
Thank you for being so very expeditious. Have a wonderful day, sir.
I'm about to see myself out.
Of course. And And at some point, I really must get down to your shop and peruse your hats, because that is fabulous.
Well, thank you. I'd be happy to do a custom hat for you.
And with that, he sort of goes to the side table and gets his own bit of breakfast and snack and drink.
With fire.
As you step out of the house and you sort of pass the porch and you feel magic come back to you in a way that, again, is becoming familiar.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Good
Got
morning,
anything
guys.
going on?
Where's Castian?
See me?
Playing his own campaign.
Just finishing my business deal.
Nothing more.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along.
I guess starting to draw out the itinerary as best I have it for Rost.
Okay.
And overnight, I will probably also do a little bit more, like, looking over that area, drawing out as good a plan as I can get.
Okay.
Seeing like where I see lights on, and I've probably been documenting this for a while because I've been
Okay.
planning on having to do all of this stuff by myself.
Right.
So
Right.
documenting when I see what lights on, all of that stuff.
So Ross, you know kind of where he is, generally speaking. You can narrow it down to a building, but it's one of the larger ones in the compound. You know for a fact that there are interior courtyards and interior rooms, which are by design hard to get to, and you very rarely, if ever, had any business in those areas. So you're not really sure of the layout, and you don't know for sure where Rosk is, like precisely minute by minute. But you know, he does spend a goodly portion of his time sort of in that building, in that area. Lots of people coming and going. You recognize many of them that are embedded in the city guards. You have reached the logical conclusion that it's because Rosk has his thumb on the city guards and is trying very hard to sort of turn them into an arm of the order. There are also, you do occasionally catch glimpses of, where did I put her name?
Odessa Carell.
Yes, Odessa Carell. Especially now that you've kind of been sort of clued into who she is by Lucas. She doesn't keep her offices in the main building where Rosk is. Given what you know of their working relationship, that is not a surprise. She has sort of her own little annex to the central scroll library, I guess you'd say. It's still very well guarded, but it is sort of separate from the major center of power. Beyond that, there are, you know, like lots and lots and lots of order members coming and going. All the various different stations you would think of that they would need to keep, you know, something like the cloister running. It's kind of, it's not really cloistered, so it's not set apart, but there are certain areas of it that are. It is still very open to the public, and there are, you know, regular sort of even now, even though worship of the Empress has sort of fallen apart in the face of the Ulwick incident and what has happened, there are still like regular, I don't know what you'd call them. They're not masses, but there are regular sort of religious meetings still going on a daily and weekly basis.
Battle D and inspirations.
Thank you.
You now have 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. And Gage says that he loves you, and also that you can get fucked.
Well, okay.
I'm getting mixed signals.
I'm getting very mixed signals, but okay. We'll work through those in order, I guess, when I need to make rolls. Awesome.
So, yeah, you start at disadvantage and you alternate.
Yep, basically.
Advantage, disadvantage.
You have seen sort of... You don't see Rosk move outdoors overnight. It's just not something he does. And it is hard for you to really sort of do any sort of reconnaissance during the day. So occasionally you'll be passing by and you do see him moving from place to place within the cloister. But by and large, you kind of suspect that he keeps mostly in the one building.
Okay. And she would have taken notes on, like, at night, what rooms tend to be lit, what rooms tend to not be, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm getting a gauge for, like, where people are less likely to be, in the floor plan.
Okay.
Easiest entry points based upon that.
Okay.
Things to that effect. So yeah, she would be checking all of that out, writing things down, since with the exception of like the window layout and stuff like that and where people are when there is stuff lit, she has mainly just been keeping a lot of this inside her head.
Okay.
So she's now like trying to get it in a format that is more easily shareable within the scale.
Okay. Killian, anything this fine morning?
Nope, not Telakari's around.
Killian.
So Killian is currently flipping through a book. Sorry, yeah, what?
He's gonna reach down and he's gonna... I found some of your coffee.
I have no idea what that is, nor is that mine.
No. I found the beans to grind to make for you your...
Oh, you found tea. Tea is what you have found.
Sure.
Killian will take your coffee.
Poison Jack.
Not from him.
Unintentional poison Jack.
Intentional poison.
It might be a little on the grainy side because he's used to tea leaves, but...
Killian will return to his book.
All right.
I should probably go home at least a little bit today. I can, however, be around the cloister and see what I can see during the course of the day, but I think at least for today I should probably at least be seen around the cloister.
That makes sense.
Since I'm still in the city. I will take a circuitous route to go home.
Okay.
Is there anything that you need from me to cast away some of the suspicion?
I don't think so. I suppose I didn't tell you. I delivered my report.
Ah.
All of it should lead away from suspicion and your current location. I haven't heard anything back as of yet, but I also haven't been back to the cloister, so I suppose I'll have more for you tonight. I plan on sneaking out after dark. I do not intend to stay in my room throughout the night, since nighttime is probably when you're almost vulnerable.
That makes sense.
Good day to you all.
Thank you.
Remind me, Lucas, who was your, who was it that set you on the path?
I think he's talking to you, but said my name.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yes, Artemis, Artie. Remind me, because I am
Set me on.
on.
Oh, Corel.
Was it her? Okay.
Yeah.
I could not remember. Okay. So you head back up the hill towards the cloister, and walking in, it is much as you would expect it to be. It is busy, but not overly so. It is sort of the right kind of busy for what you would expect.
Yeah, the day-to-day goings on.
The day-to-day goings on.
He'll make sure he takes his normal sort of long route through the cloister, stopping at all of the little gardens on the way, and
Okay.
he'll, pluck out little weeds and things as he's going,
Okay.
until he gets back to his rooms in the cloister, and then he will go ahead and just set up his stuff there and
Okay.
work on his garden, since he hasn't been back in a little while.
You haven't been there 15 minutes when a page comes to you. Brother Artemis, Mistress Corel would like a word.
Of course. Again, he'll just pick his stuff back up, throw it back over his shoulder, and he'll go to meet her.
Okay. As you enter, she is sitting at her desk, hands sort of steepled in front of her, staring at a sheaf of papers on her desk. And then she just sort of glances up at you.
I'll just wait for her to...
Your report on Sinielishi. Do you feel confident that you fully explored all the possibilities?
They've made him.
I do. Do you feel as though I missed something?
Remains to be seen.
It is also worth noting the second line of my report referring to the large hole that now exists where the dry dock was.
Yes.
She was definitely involved there, although the conclusion was less than satisfying.
So I've seen your written words. I would hear them from your own mouth.
Now I have to
It's
remember what
sometimes it helps to hear them, hear the thinking that led to your conclusions stated another way.
I see if I remember everything that I had written.
This is awkward because I had GPT right.
So, as stated, I went to check up on our Sinielishi.
Mm-hmm. I note that you quite deftly shielded her location from your report.
She moves around quite a bit, which is how she's able, I assume, to maintain her work.
I see.
She does have a singular point that she uses as sort of a home base.
Mhm.
And you'll notice that is actually at the end of my report, but she's not often there to the best of my knowledge.
I see.
Several of her contacts
Mhm.
there seem to be running her business mostly for her in absentia.
I see.
That being said, let's see. I have to think back. Player Steven has to think back to when he was supposed to have started working with her. Okay. So, as I first approached her, she was actually in the middle of dealing with the creatures that were draining the life essence from...
I've been told they're called dehumidifiers.
I will not use that word.
Why not?
Draining the life essence, leaving husks behind.
We had been led to believe those were merely rumors and quite unsubstantiated.
No, those actually, the big hole in the dry dock are directly related.
You saw firsthand evidence
I did.
of such?
I actually was able to assist in a small way with her investigation there.
Excellent.
Now that being said, the reason she was led there was because she was she seemed to be following a trail that had led from one of her contacts, or not one of her contacts, I apologize, one of her leads that she was chasing down. It appears he entered the Demetrius, which was the ship that had been docked there, and from what I understand, gotten locked in a pantry before the whole ship disappeared, taking a good chunk of the Earth with it.
That would be very unfortunate.
I was unable to really ascertain the nature. It seemed less than magical, if that makes sense. As though it were... It did not have the same ring as a magical item, if that makes sense.
So nothing like the interaction of two extra-dimensional spaces.
No. Though that would have been an easy explanation. The way that the ship interacted was not as though it was magical previously, though the beings that were in it could have been. Those that were drained of their life essence became thralls to whatever creature lived there. Vampire-like.
But not vampires.
But not vampires. No, if they had been vampires, they would have been much simpler, I believe, for
a lot
us.
easier.
Yeah, for us to have killed.
I see.
After that, she again followed up on several leads, and I believe actually came into contact with a few illicit magic items, which she was to have turned in.
She picks up a quill and sort of makes a note.
More than that, I don't believe she has any further leads at the moment. From what I understand, she's gotten very little in the way of help from the Order as far as initial places to start. She actually showed me her original report, and it simply said that someone had taken things. It did not give a description or a name. Oh no, it gave a description.
No.
No.
Did not give
It
a
just
description
gave an address.
or a name, and contained only an address. Sparse workings, even for myself. That being said, I believe she's done an exceptional job with the little information she's been given.
That's quite interesting.
What about investigations into the other theft?
I will have to. I will have to take that up with. Well, I'll have to take that up with others to determine if she's been deliberately hamstrung. But you would say that her heart is still with the Order, then?
It is, though perhaps it is actually something I've seen across much of the Order. The change in religion. the religious background has been, I think, a difficult change for many of us.
You do understand why such things had to be.
Oh, of course. But I think it is something that is difficult, especially for those like myself that have been in the order effectively our entire lives.
I see.
It is a large change, and one that I think she has perhaps struggled with.
Her struggle wouldn't have anything to do with Master Rosk's stepson. Would it?
Not to the best of my knowledge, there was nothing in the report that indicated that they were involved.
Currently.
Involved at all.
She has a history with the man.
Uh,
Did you? That was in your original
That they
report.
left on odd terms, yes.
So she hasn't, to the best of your knowledge, been in contact?
Not
with
in the last
with
few
young
days,
girls?
at the very least. I couldn't say before I was set to the investigation.
I see. She jots down another note. Very well. That does seem to clear up the matter of the runaway and the theft of magical items. It is regretful that those items seem to have disappeared into the void, but alas, that cannot be helped.
That being said, I would appreciate if you could forward me any information regarding more of these life essence lost, the husks that are left behind. I would like to continue to follow up on that. That is something that does concern me quite a bit.
As those reports cross my desk, I shall make sure that you have a copy of them.
Thank you.
What? And she shifts that report to the side and the remainder of the sheafs. What of the other matter, the stolen goods from the shipment? She has made remarkably little progress on that count as well.
Technically,
It is my-
so has everyone else.
It is my understanding that she is focused on the first and not the latter.
Ah,
Okay. I don't know specifically the reason behind that.
Did we tell
But
Artemis that we also were behind that theft?
no.
Okay.
No, he doesn't know
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't know that we were also behind.
You're
the
not
second-
that stupid.
I'm sure
Well,
we'll figure it out soon enough.
I'm sure now that her first case has resolved, albeit in a less than pleasing manner. Perhaps she will turn her attention to the other and get better results.
Is that something you would like me to continue to follow up on?
Perhaps offer her your assistance. You've been most helpful in gauging her loyalties, and I do hope that you will continue to do so, but perhaps give her some aid in this other matter as well.
I can do that.
I really want you to help her try and track down who did that, and none of us explained to you that it was us.
To be fair, there is no physical evidence
I
that
know,
was
that's
us.
why
If
like,
you have-
no one else has made good time on it either.
If you have no other insights you can provide.
Hold on, Player Steven's thinking.
I do note that you do not mention specifics on her contacts. I would not expect you to, as they are closely guarded secrets. I would urge you, caution you perhaps, to be on the lookout for any waverings in her allegiance. If you can, perhaps bolster her. Make sure that she is steady on the path.
So he'll pause for a moment and he'll say, you are familiar with my previous work, or you were asking for more of the rod than the carrot?
Whatever you feel is necessary, but perhaps for the moment, let's stick with the carrot.
I understand. I would not want to hamper her investigation too much with the rod.
Indeed. But do not be do not be leery of using it should it become required.
He'll just sort of grin and nod.
I'm afraid we do have to speak of young Akarai. Unfortunately, he has thrown in with rebels and miscreants. Should he cross your path, I expect you to inform us at once.
Certainly. I actually had a missive from him shortly before this assignment.
Did you?
I did.
You did not report that. What did he ask you for?
He didn't ask me for anything. He more asked about my involvement with the Order, how things were going. We are friends of old, and have worked together on a few assignments across the years.
Ah, you have.
Now you've outed yourself.
Now that being said, I haven't seen him for a long time, actually. Wait. Hold on, Player Steven. I didn't actually see him at any point during this time.
No,
with you, right?
no, you haven't been in the same room with him yet.
I haven't seen him in a very long time, but he asked that I meet up with Simi as well, actually.
I find your association with Akarai quite interesting.
How so?
Well, let us sit and talk of the future of the Order. What can you tell me of Master Ross? And we're going to take the scene out at that point.
I love but hate her at the same time. I love and hate her at the same time.
There's a part of me that wants to just be like, oh, I have his itinerary. It's right here. Here's where he is.
Go kill him right now.
You'll notice highlighted in red are the best times to kill the man.
Gosh, dang it.
I want to know more.
No, you guys don't get more at this point.
Can
We'll talk about that off camera. Okay, so Artie, what are you doing with your mornings?
He did it again. Lucas.
It's okay, we're sort of the same person.
No, we're sort of the same person. I'm just happy to sound.
You,
Lucas!
non-elf.
Lucas,
Yeah,
what are you
round
doing
is.
with your morning?
I could learn more spells that might be useful in the coming conflicts. Or I could... I'm gonna go pay a visit to the Shrine of the Nine.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So
So,
I'll disguise myself
You
and
disguise
wander
yourself?
over
Are
to
you
the
taking
shrine.
anyone with you?
No. Everyone else is busy doing nothing.
okay.
Or reconning.
All right.
Or sitting in on a very PG-13 nudist drawing session.
Okay, so you wander off. Make me a survival check to find it.
Yeah.
Were you actually there with them?
I was the one that found it originally.
Oh, that's right.
And,
Never
and,
mind.
and
That's
everybody
fine.
came for
23.
the...
Yeah, never mind.
You're good.
Everyone except Artie was there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So you're able to find it quite easily. As you arrive, there are a couple of people sort of walking away from it. It sort of, they're not being real like sneaky or furtive or anything like that, but they've got the hoods of their cloaks up so that you can't really see who they are. They are taller than you. They're medium-sized creatures.
Of course. As is 75% of the population of
That's
this
right.
town. I'm not even in the halfling district.
You do get a sense that they are a couple, so it's a male and a female, but you can't tell really what races they are.
Yeah.
But you can you get the sense that they're together, and they sort of pass you as you enter the central courtyard where the shrines are.
Okay. I'll just nod as I pass and
Mhm.
into the courtyard.
And they very pointedly sort of don't acknowledge you, but
Right.
you know they saw you.
Yeah.
And they hurry out. Okay. So you have sort of the courtyard to yourself.
Okay.
What you doing?
I'm going to take a moment to cast a ritual spell.
Okay.
So I don't break my voice. I'm going to just draw a circle, take my time, 10 minutes of casting a ritual spell. And I'm going to open up to all 9.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Commune
Okay.
and ask 3 questions.
What does that do?
Commune. Give me a second. Let me pull up my grimoire, my spell book. Let's see. I have commune with nature. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in a city.
Okay. Not so much.
You contact your deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with yes or no. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer for each question. Divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient, so you might receive an unclear as an answer if a question pertains to information that lies beyond the deity's knowledge. In a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interests, the DM might offer a short phrase as an answer instead. If you cast this spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative, 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get no answer. The DM makes this roll in secret.
Okay. So that almost sounds to me like you have to target one specifically.
That's fine.
So who are you asking specifically?
Who do we got again? It's balance, life, death.
You've got one for each alignment. Is there a specific alignment you want?
Let's go with balance. He seems to
Okay.
have most of his shit together.
Now
For
that
the
he's
most
back.
part.
Yeah, for the
Now that
most
he's
part.
back.
Okay.
Hello, Dunos. First time contacting a deity, so this will be interesting to see what happens. I've been afflicted with a sort of a curse that has lowered my constitutional value to myself.
It's me!
Is there someone in the city that could help me with that affliction? As the first question.
Be like a magic 8 ball.
Yes.
Okay.
Not likely.
Is there someone in this city that could help me with my affliction to my soul?
No.
Rats.
Well, we can't help you with.
Okay. Am I worth saving?
Oh man.
It's a yes or no.
Or a short phrase if
Unclear.
Okay.
Undecided.
Okay. Alright. I'll do a small offering to Dunos in respect and well, that answers a couple questions. And I will give a short prayer and thanks and I will leave.
Okay. As you sort of step out of the courtyard,
Mm-hmm.
you very clearly walk through this like wall of sulfur smell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fascinating. Okay.
And keep walking.
Alright. I'll just head back to Castion Shop and see what everyone else is up to at that point.
Okay.
You timed it just right.
You timed it just right, yeah. So you get back to Castian's shop about the time that, you know, the the noonday meal is sort of being laid on in the middle of the day. Castian, you've had customers coming and going, as is normal for you. Doing decent business. There's a lot of just browsing. You get a couple of custom orders in, but it's.
Sorry, just straight out of just taking it out of his container, he already rolled a 1.
Wow.
Figures.
But it's not a slow day, but it's not it's not the busiest day you've had either. So you do turn the sign, lock up, and go have the midday meal with your companions. About halfway through, there is sort of a knock on the front door.
Through the window.
We're closed!
I don't remember. Have you met... What was her name? The
Priestess?
The priestess.
I don't
Oh,
think
that's
so.
the-
I don't think
Let me look
yeah.
up her name
So,
real quick while we
Ariadne?
Yeah. So you haven't met Ariadne. Okay.
So for you, there's
So-
just
so-
this
so you-
random woman.
So you look out, and there's sort of this random woman in a vaguely priestly cut of clothes. Make me just a perception check real quick.
Perception. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Sort of peeking out of the top of her robe, there's this sort of metallic medallion. And looking closely, you do see a symbol that you do recognize. It is the symbol of Dunas, who is the god of balance. And she catches you peeking, and says,
Actually, she doesn't. She can't see through the window.
"Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
I will crack the door like, may I help you, man?
I hope so. I was given a missive that someone on these premises needs my assistance."
Oh. Interesting.
Go away.
Is everyone in the back room, or is there somebody else?
Yeah, no, we all sit in the back room.
Yeah, we're in the back room. We're hiding. We're hiding.
We don't want to interfere with your business.
I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone else around?
I mean, it's
It's a
middle of
market.
the day in the
Middle of the day.
it's the middle of the day in a busy market square. So yeah, there's people
Okay.
around.
Okay. Okay, yeah, please come in. Please come in.
Thank you.
And I will close the door behind us.
Okay.
Please have a seat, and
Okay.
I'll just be right back. Do you have a name on who you're looking for?
Unfortunately, no. I was simply told someone on these premises needed my assistance.
Okay.
It's you. You need Jesus.
There she got in through the door already. She's doing all right so far.
Oh no, the intervention's
The
not in.
hardest part, getting in the door.
Would you like tea or coffee or?
Yes, please. A bit of tea, if you don't mind.
I'll be right back.
Which one do you make?
And,
Well, no, he did say tea or coffee.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I will go back and hey, there's a priestess out here. Somebody looking for a priestess? A call for a priestess?
What?
I said there is a priestess out there.
What kind of priestess? Like to who?
Well, I saw
How-
she has a little metal thing for Dinas.
Ariadne?
Maybe.
We
Why
didn't,
would she be
we didn't
here?
tell her where we stay.
No.
Is someone seeking her out?
Not on purpose.
Why did she say
It
she
was
came
Artemis.
here?
She said that someone was in need of her assistance. Don't know.
Is this one of those weird god things? They usually just show up in my bed.
Don't know how that works.
Usually?
No.
I mean, it's only happened
No.
once, but it's been
That's
weird.
not. Give me a second.
There it is.
I will.
Play a name
Pause.
thing in this.
No, I brain knew it. I'll go. Hello.
So you just come through.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hi.
Lucas, wasn't it?
Behind him,
and
heads
Ki-
just poke out the.
and Killian and Sini. Yes.
Good memory.
Yup.
I don't know why I'm here.
I went to the shrine earlier today and asked if someone perhaps could fix an affliction I currently had, and it said yes, and then that was it. So
Interesting.
yeah,
And she
show the several bites of scratches
Ooh.
over my body. They're
oh,
not great.
And she's
I'm down 21 hit points.
she is gonna sort of put a hand to your chest, and you feel this sort of chill sort of delve into you. It's like, ooh. One moment, please.
Come out with the tea.
Thank you.
I'll sit to the side.
Thank
for
you.
now.
And she goes into her pouch and pulls out some something.
Religious paraphernalia.
Religious paraphernalia. There's a little bit of looks like incense. She puts some more stuff into a little mortar into a little pestle and pounds it with the mortar and sort of pardon. And she'll take the tea. I assume you just brought
Are
a
you not
cup
here?
of tea.
No.
So it'd be like a pot. As
Oh,
well.
okay.
Is it my pot?
So she takes the pot.
She's just
She
gonna
takes
take
a
the
pot
pot and pour it in.
and pours a little bit in over the leaves. Sort of stirs everything up.
Out of the. Out
This
of
will
the
help the
spout.
process.
Thank you.
Out of the spout.
And it is not filtered at all, so it's still got all of the stuff in it.
Oh, soup.
And then she casts Greater Restoration on you. And that will lift the curse. It's like,
Oh, yeah, great. Good for you, Lucas.
and then she presses her hand to your chest again, and you feel the same sort of cool tingling through. Now, what happened?
Oh, well, have you heard the rumors about the people who, became husks, sort of dried out all around the city?
I've heard the rumors, yes.
Well, we were attempting to,
don't tell me
take
there were
care-
more than rumors.
Yeah,
Wait, she
they
knows
were more
that they
than
were because
rumors.
we went looking.
Oh,
for
that's
help.
that's true. That's true. Sorry.
Well, she might not know specifically. We were just we didn't tell
Yeah,
her
we didn't tell her
specifically.
what
We were just telling her we were looking
just asked for radiant damage.
Yes, so I do recall that.
Yes.
What did you find with that?
Well, there was not sure what it was, but it was able to take those husks and turn them into thralls, and was hunting for a specific someone, and we were trying to stop it, and I kind of got hurt in the process. So
I see.
But it's fine because they're gone now.
yes.
Oh, good. Do you think there might be others in his condition that need assistance?
I'm not here, dang it.
Let's,
I'm at the cloister.
let's see if Killian remembers that.
I don't think he would have said anything. Artemis doesn't complain about his hurts.
You didn't get hit. You
I
didn't
wasn't
get
there.
hit. Oh,
He
right.
wasn't there at all.
Did
Like I lost
the old
some
man
hit
get
points, but
bit?
Not biting. Yeah.
did the old man get bit?
He probably got hurt. I'm not sure if he was as bad as me, but
I don't remember.
let me try to remember.
Let me try to remember.
That's a 2 plus my history. No.
He's probably fine.
Fine.
Let me try to remember.
5.
I
We
didn't
don't
do it as
remember
bad.
shit.
No. It was dark. I can't see in the dark.
I don't know. Maybe. But if he does need help, he's not here right now.
Well, if it turns out that he does need a little bit of healing or assistance lifting whatever effects ail him, seek me out. I will endeavor to help him as I've helped your friend.
Can I do an Arcana check on what she did on me? Just real quick.
In Arcana.
It's gonna have to be religion.
A religion?
You're
Sure,
so
I'll
good
give
at
it. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a good hot go.
The answer is she cast Greater Restoration.
8. Hold
Yeah.
on, I have enough of these that I haven't spent, so I might as well just. Okay, 14.
14.
I'm basically trying to see if it cost her monetary value to do this.
There was a little. Yes and no. I mean, it wasn't a great deal, but there was definitely there were material components to her casting the spell that she had to use. So yes, because it was divine magic, you are
Right.
obviously you're looking at it and going, what? That's not how that works. But you do recognize it was pulling divine power. It was something not just a natural law, natural world law. There was some, magic at play.
Well, if our friend comes back and will you most likely be at the shrine?
If not there, then close to there, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
If your friend makes it back.
As I shake her hand, I'm gonna try and pickpocket 100 gold into her gold pouch.
Reverse pickpocket.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Sleight of hand against her perception with freaking disadvantage.
Oh, right.
Which is still going to be pretty good.
25.
Beats her 17. Okay. Good deal.
My pocket suddenly feels
I'll give
heavy.
her 100 gold
All right. Good deal.
because I know that probably cost her a lot, and I'm not trying to. I know what cost of material components. It's a hard life being a spellcaster who has to rely on materials.
So she will. Good day to you all, and do seek me out if you need me. Yes. That was. There's a sense of accomplishment, so that was what I was sent here to do. Good day. And she'll turn.
Thanks.
She'll
Thank
turn
you.
and go to the door and realize that you've got it locked, and just kind of, should I?
Oh, yes. I'll open the door for her.
Thank you. And she walks out and disappears into the crowd of the marketplace.
Oh, he wants tea. Made it for nothing.
I'll have some.
And again, peeking out of the spout. Just a
I
little.
feel considerably a lot better now. Anyone heard from Artemis this morning?
Nope.
I know he went out for earlier today, but I haven't heard back from it.
Wait, I think I told you I wouldn't be back until like after dark.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. I should probably see if I can learn that one spell we need for the curse. The curse thing we need. Our lovely friend was able to use it, but she went with she into hiding. So 6 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Nix.
Yeah, Nick's had magic circle, but I'll probably have to learn it so we can use that later. So, if anyone needs me for the next 6 hours, I'll be in the corner learning this spell.
Nose to the corner.
Nose to the corner. So I will take 6 hours
Okay.
to learn Magic Circle for.
If nobody
what we
else
need to
has
learn.
anything that they're particularly looking to do, the second half of the day passes, relatively uneventfully. Customers come and go. You guys are, you're learning your spell. You're reading your book.
I am
yada
reading my book.
yada yada.
All goes to taxes, Nate.
All
Taxes.
You know
I mean,
this
to
man
be-
does not pay his taxes.
You assume I report my earnings?
You sick, twisted man!
I've never earned a penny in my life.
So, right about sundown, it's time to close up the shop, and Artemis, you come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So he will make sure he is seen in and about the cloister, and then at a convenient time he will exit.
Okay.
Magic Circle, yes.
Okay.
There's only 6 hours.
So you you head back down to the shop.
Again, taking the longest route, so it's probably going to be pretty late by the time he gets back, because he does not want to lead somebody directly there.
Okay.
He'll make sure he's not being followed. And
All
he'll go to the back door that he cannot open.
So you're actively watching for being followed.
Mhm.
Make me an
How long did you get?
make me an investigation check.
It took a couple rolls.
Make me an investigation
Oh boy!
check.
Stand clear.
Investigation?
Uh-huh.
19.
Okay.
You have a really high bonus.
I like that he does this like it's moving around very much.
This? I mean, it's changing sides and
Oh, a
stuff.
little bit.
And the eyeballs continue to move.
And that part's really cool.
That's
Jiggly
why he does it.
eyeballs, yeah. I mean, I would too.
So as you take your circuitous route, you do not you don't see anybody
I do
following
not detect
you.
anyone following me.
You do not you don't see anybody following you. So you do make it to the back door of the hat shop about the time that would you know what Acherai looks like? I mean, you've corresponded with him, obviously.
I imagine we would have had to meet in person at least once,
Okay.
because Artemis was trying to help with the
Okay.
rebellion stuff. early
Alright.
on.
So you get there about the same time that Acherai does.
Oh.
Oh, Artemis, good to see you. I guess,
Good to see you too.
and he'll reach out and knock on the back door.
Wish I hadn't seen you, but
I get it.
Oh,
it worked.
is
It
this
makes it harder to lie.
Hello.
I try to only tell the truth as best I can, so
Come on in.
that is
Oh.
that is a noble restriction you have placed upon yourself.
it is more about safety than it is about nobility.
All the same.
Come on in.
Hi, Lucas.
Hello. We have some cider and some meat pies that we were gonna have for dinner. So.
And Acherai just comes straight up to you,
Pie
takes you in his arms,
downstairs.
and kisses your
Where
forehead.
meat came from.
I'm glad to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, wish I hadn't seen that either.
It is an awkward thing.
It's not about awkward. He's gonna go immediately and start pouring tea.
You
You're in
okay?
a good mood.
I'll tell you about it later.
Or how about now?
I can't!
I can't.
The conversation hasn't happened yet, man.
It's about to go down.
How was everyone's day?
spell for that. When we deal with the curse thing, I've got the circle.
Oh right, your jumping curse thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
got the magic circle one because Nyx decided to go away. So
No, I don't know if
I
she
have that
did.
available now. Well, I don't know if she had. Well, anyway.
She may not have had much choice.
Kazakh is definitely at some point was running away from the fight to escape, and Nyx was definitely in the baby born going, "No, we can take him! We can take him! We can fight him! Let me out! I'll take him!"
Let me at him.
Rabbit dog.
Rabbit dog. Where to begin?
So we've decided that we're going to assassinate Akarai and Cordell.
Nope.
Rosk and
try that
Cordell. Rosk and Cordell.
Why are you here?
We asked you here to assassinate you. Yeah, we've decided we're going to assassinate Rosk and Cordell.
Making sure the private sanctum is once again recast. Or has been at least.
Well, I would say this is sudden, but no, not really. I would ask why now?
Oh, because someone apparently has an itinerary.
Oh, really?
I mean, as best I could.
Did I see Rosk around at all during my time on the cluster?
I don't think
No, you
anybody
wouldn't
does.
have.
No one does.
Yeah, that was part of the problem. Is like nobody was seeing where he was.
I guess since now you know that this is the thing that I've been looking into, I can ask you if you have things to add to it, because there's certainly blank spots.
I know he has private chambers deep in the Citadel. I know he has more than one set of private chambers, and he changes which he's in randomly. He's always been paranoid.
Question for Brayden. Citadel is part of the cloister?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the super fortified
Yeah,
tower.
He's always been paranoid, and that, I think, should have been a larger clue that he's power hungry, because I don't know of most normal monks who would be paranoid, or at least not paranoid enough to have multiple places to lay their head.
I thought he was going to say
So-
normal people, and I was going to be like,
So I could perhaps fill in some of your map there. I've been in the Citadel many times. I can point out which rooms were my stepfather's.
Stepfather?
oh, right.
Oh.
So what happened was,
Yes.
Sorry, no, I don't need details. It's fine. The less I know is
That is
probably the better.
that's a side note. That's a very big reveal.
Yep.
The less I know, the less I have to lie.
I grew up
Lie.
thinking I was his actual son.
As did I.
I did not find out until much later in life that was a falsehood.
Interesting.
Okay, hang on. You
deliberate
You
falsehood.
grew up thinking you were Rosk's
No,
son?
I grew up thinking that he was Rosk's son.
Okay. Good. That was about to get way more complicated than I wanted it to be.
He just steals children everywhere.
You know?
I also think he's older than Ross.
That's exactly that's why I was like.
I'm my own grandpa.
So, obviously, if there was a power vacuum to be created, we'd want to know who was going to step into the vacuum.
Well, were I still in my stepfather's good graces, it would be me.
Right.
Clearly,
But you're not.
that is not the case. I would have to assume that he has filled the post that I held.
Let me rephrase this a different way. If we were to create a power vacuum, what options are there in Costas for individuals who could fill that void that would maybe be more amenable to our particular view of things?
Artemis would have more recent knowledge of the inner workings of the order. Clearly, I've been a little out of circulation, but I assume the rift between Rosk and Corel is still quite deep.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know, Keith. Based on my secret conversation I had, is it?
That would be something that could be exploited.
Well, I think the goal here is to remove both of them, as close to simultaneous as possible.
That will definitely throw the order into a bit of chaos. There would be lieutenants under both of them, I would assume, that would make a grab for the reins of power.
Are there any other factions at play here that could... I don't know if Itzot and company have any particularly valuable pieces on the board here.
Valuable pieces, no, but there are pieces in play. I hate to call them pawns, but they could be useful in that way, in the same way that you would promote a pawn in the final rank. The other, I won't call it a faction, because it's not. But the Searchers would have to be dealt with and neutralized.
Ah, so they are firmly not friendly.
Firmly not. Most of the order has good intentions. My father and his ideas of stepfather and his ideas of, I still struggle with that sometimes.
Fair enough.
Habits and all. What was I saying? His designs on power and taking over the empire notwithstanding, most I think in the order have good intentions. Those who follow my stepfather probably do so thinking that the order is the best body to be in charge for the good of all. Not sure that I buy that. We should be more servants of the people, but that's a philosophical debate for another time. You would likely see lieutenants under my father, under Mistress Corel, both try to take the reins. If you throw Itzot, if you elevate a proxy for Itzot within the cloister, you have a three-way tug of war. And then there are the Searchers. They are fanatical. And I'm not really sure where they stand these days, where they were fanatical in their support of the Empress.
I have yet to run into any of them since the fall.
That
which
is worrying.
Odd.
That is not so odd. They were always very insular, but...
But I had contacts amongst them with whom I worked for my particular job.
I don't suppose you would know if where the secret record of who is a searcher or any of that would be.
That is closely guarded amongst their own ranks. Even I was not familiar with. Of course.
I suspect
any
it's
of
not on
those.
paper.
I would suspect not as well.
Just two questions for just me. Would Lucas know who Master Itzot is, just in general?
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, he was
You would have at
retired
least
couple
had
months ago.
correspondence come come through you to Mistress Corral.
He's
Yes.
just a random bloke from a small backwards town? Or...
Officially, yes.
Okay,
But the fact that his correspondence went to Mistress Corral, and you would assume also to Rosk,
Okay.
and never got intercepted. It went through without anybody looking at it. It's like it was important enough that it went to them directly without being screened.
Okay.
So
he must be someone.
So officially,
Mm-hmm.
he's just somebody. He's just this guy, you know.
Right.
But you probably suspect
He seems
that
like
there's
a
more
string-
to it.
Okay. And then second question, would Lucas have been Corell's lieutenant or just a pawn?
Probably just a pawn. I mean, a fairly highly placed pawn, but yeah, you were not her
It
lieutenant.
could have been her knight or her rook.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Actually, I think castle might be fitting. Placed right in danger with that castle move.
Yep.
Okay, so Inquisition, definitely not good guys. No opportunity to work an angle there.
No, I wouldn't expect no.
That'll have to be dealt with when the time
How
comes.
much?
I mean, they'll have to surface
Okay,
to take
so
power.
for those of you who have read Wheel of Time,
Yeah.
the Order is the White Cloaks.
Yep.
The Searchers are the Shepherds.
Yep. Now no, got that. Got that. Reverend.
So
And that means nothing to Danny and me. But
Yeah, it's
for the rest of you, that's kind of where this
yeah,
is
you
going.
know how it feels when you talk about Sanderson.
You'll get there, Brayden. You'll get there.
I'm about a third way through first Miss Martin book, so I'm getting there.
okay, so how much time would Itzat, and I assume you're working for Itzat, has been my assumption this whole time. So how much time would be needed to prep someone to be able to control the chaos that we are going to create?
Given who I suspect is still here in Costas, or who I assume is still here in Costas, I think I'd want at least a fortnight, but if I could have a month, it would be better.
Oh, we can do a month.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
also worth recognizing, though, that the longer he stays in power, the more power he amasses.
I mean, what could happen in a month?
Yes. Yes.
Why would you say such a thing, Brady?
But also, there are multiple factions in the city working to prevent him from actually making any. It's not like he has just a clear run of things.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't have a clear shot for the goal.
I also would argue that if he got even more power, he would feel more secure and might actually be an easier target. But I digress.
I don't know. I've watched him amass authority, and the more he got, the more paranoid he became.
Fair.
Fair. Well,
Okay.
what do we have at our disposal?
I asked that last time.
Right now?
I mean, just logistically speaking, what do we have at our disposal right now? We
Holocloth
have
cloak and a wheelbarrow.
we know his itinerary.
To a
We
degree.
know how most of us fight.
Is there a way to actually track him?
Magically, I would be able to. I would have to see him and get close, and it would not. Maybe 120 feet. But then I would also. That wouldn't last long. Maybe like an hour. 2 hours if I stretch it.
Hunter's mark?
tracking device.
Yes.
How I've seen you fight. Are you average for the kind of monk that's going to be protecting Rosk or Corradel? Are you stronger, weaker? What kind of firepower do I need to bring to this fight?
What level are you?
If you were to rank yourself from 1 to 20,
Or 1 to 10 times 2. And we'll take the higher.
1-on-1, I'm likely to be more than a match for any one of his bodyguards. However, it would not be 1-on-1. It would be
Numbers
one
matter.
versus many, and Stevie
Well,
knows numbers matter.
but so their skill level is less than yours
yes.
individually. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I can work with that. Do they have any particular skill sets that they tend to utilize? I've seen you do some cool astral projecty things.
You'll have some of those. You'll have some that can channel their ki to external attacks.
Okay.
You'll see some that will. You'll see some that will weave in and out of your own attacks
Okay.
in ways that defy description.
So the gambit of all the super special monk powers. Cool.
You need divide and conquer.
And that's assuming that he doesn't have more mundane guards around him as well.
Oh,
he,
sure,
He
sure.
has, you've no doubt seen authority with the city guards. He may very well have some of them on hand as well.
How's that badger coming along?
We're gonna.
Oh, right.
So my
Don't want to know.
my
It was an idea we were
next
shooting around.
question for you is: do you know someone that you would trust enough that I could buy poison from them?
No.
Okay, gonna have to keep looking for that.
I mean, I could make some. I have a poisoner's kit, but
Rosk's human, right?
Are
Yes.
Well, human?
as far as we know.
variant human.
Last I checked, yes.
Okay.
I mean, being
Sleep is an option. At
Yes,
ninth level.
I have been perusing a book on things.
Keep in mind how sleep works.
Yeah,
that's a lot of hit points
I've
to
been
cover.
perusing a book
At
today
ninth level,
about
it's
what
168.
alchemical or medicinal options we might be able to employ, and I have some ideas. I unfortunately don't have the skill to make them, so we need to find someone who is a fairly skilled poison maker, unless that's you.
Probably not to the extent you're looking for.
Okay.
Makes me actually cringes a little bit at this. She doesn't say anything.
Okay. Poisons could at least even the odds if they all have like a soup together as a communal thing.
Okay, Jin Sakai.
Shush. I'm thinking.
You wanting to do something different?
Oh, no. I just have a history with poisons not going the way that I planned them.
Oh. Okay. Duly noted.
Oopsies.
You should make sure that we know the person is going to be good with what they do and know that they're on the same page for what it is being used for. I mean, not the specifics necessarily, but like.
Oh yeah, no, I have a couple of very specific ones that I think would work wonderfully. There's one that if it affects them strongly enough will make them blind for an hour. That feels like it would be very useful.
Yeah.
Dragon's Breath.
Absolutely.
So Akarai kind of slides over to you and just puts a hand on your back and starts rubbing your back.
Okay.
Anyway,
He doesn't
So,
really say anything.
Poisons could work.
well, it could help even the
Yeah, it
odds
could help
and
even the odds.
take some of the players out of commission.
Could you aerosolize it?
Oh goodness.
I'm working on a solution to that.
This poor sweet little
Well, I
man.
mean, if you tear gas
I
them.
could, but I'm working on a more. I have lots of ideas.
we're just
but
pitching ideas.
Yeah,
We're just pitching ideas.
I'm laying the groundwork. Okay. Cordell, I assume, is similarly Corel is similarly defended.
More magically so.
I would assume so, yes.
Oh, magically so.
Yes. He likes a lot of jewelry.
I know at least one of
They
my
leave very
finds
unique
have
bruises.
made their way into her hands.
Gonna have to move my magical hotspot up on the list. Okay.
I'm sorry, your what?
It's a long story, but suffice it to say there are a lot of people in this city that have the ability to shut magic off. I would like the ability to, at least just for myself, overcome that limitation. And if I can make a working prototype that isn't going to blow up in my face, we could use that same defensive technique to deny her abilities while still granting us.
I mean, I
Our
can
magical
technically
abilities.
do that. We just have to make you a magic item to compensate silence. Something that allows you to think verbal components instead of something. And I
Right,
can just
but-
silence an
but-
area.
But that won't
But silence
necessarily...
doesn't stop all magic.
Yeah.
Particularly not magical items. That
I'm thinking the kind of defense that our friend up the hill has.
Right.
And then having a way to circumvent that locally.
Wait, the
Anyway.
one with the big mansion?
Yep.
Has magical defenses?
Yes.
Sort of the opposite of magical defenses, but
Anti-magic
Turns
defense.
it all off.
yeah, there is no magic available in that area. It is denied to you.
Hey Keith. So the Citadel's a tower, right? Tower.
Roughly
Okay.
ish.
It has 4 arms.
Possibilities of tower going.
Very low.
Okay.
But not impossible.
Not impossible.
I mean, it is. Think more castle.
Okay.
You know, think more like central part of a castle.
Okay.
Citadel.
When it's
How
that
More
people
square,
can
less
we find?
tubular.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, how many people can we find that have erupting earth?
If we just dig a hole, we tunnel under the... Okay.
If we hire enough kobolds to dig sort of a sinkhole under there, and then we just hit a certain thing, the whole citadel just goes under.
A man after my own heart.
And then we dig a canal and we just fill the canal with water.
Know some kobolds?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all the nearest
They're all
kobolds are
the-
probably in the valley or. Well,
Right
no,
outside the valley.
no, they got taken back to.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We never asked. Okay, so I think that answers all my questions for now. Oh, sorry, one more. I don't suppose Itzot would have any loose change lying around he could throw at our little project here. Itzot are friends.
Has he met Itzot?
He's a monk.
I know, but he has friends.
Only kind of.
No? Okay.
Itzot and his faction take their vows of poverty very seriously.
I mean, that's totally fair. I
What?
just didn't know.
What worldly wealth they have is used to do good works. I dare say there's nothing that they would be able
Follow
to...
up, you wouldn't happen to know of the place where any of the people we don't like in the order stash all their financial assets?
No.
There is one.
Um,
There is one place.
There
There is one place. The Empress's secret little island vault.
Right, but that is, one, maybe not even real, two, very far away from where we are.
Fair.
Well, we do.
I
know
mean, well,
Cassius is well off.
Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid having to go into debt to people to pull this
Especially
off. But we'll
like a
see.
bad idea.
There are other. I just didn't know what the. I think we're probably going to need to put together some coin to make this
I mean,
work.
toss a coin to your
I
terrace.
could start putting out feelers about the island around the cloister.
Again, I feel like that island, if it exists, is pretty far out of our reach currently to be worth our time.
Potentially, yes.
I think there are other avenues of approach right now. I don't suppose there's another secret shipment of valuables that'll be coming through anytime soon. Okay.
What?
You know, when
The secret shipment of valuables. Did I stutter?
No.
Did I use the wrong words?
Why? Why you?
Why me what?
Nothing.
I don't know. It's hard to read.
Technically, like realizing some of what the problem is, like technically, no one has said anything about the other one.
Wait, what?
Shush.
Where?
I don't.
You plug your ears. Plug your ears. Close your eyes. Ignore me for a second.
Why are you
What?
so worried?
I'm literally gonna walk out the back door.
You can't open the door.
Damn it! I'm gonna go to the back door.
Do it. Does the thing of walking very definitively right into the door.
What's up?
Please open the damn door.
I can't open the door. I didn't put the spell.
No.
Come with me to the front.
I will go
around,
through the front.
and I will show you around, and we can.
I don't know if it's because he's bad at it or if he just doesn't like to do it. But he's trying to maintain as much deniability as possible and not have to lie. He doesn't know about the shipment. Or at least he didn't until like 2 seconds
So
ago.
he just needs help lying? Is that what I'm getting at?
I mean, while that might help, I don't exactly understand.
Hang on. So you think his concern is about having to employ deception, and he was fine with all of the discussion up to this point about how we're going to assassinate these people, and that will definitely involve secrecy, and we definitely need to make sure we don't tell him. But the shipment is where we draw the line.
Well, I kind of highly doubt that they're just going to come right out and sit him down and say, "So are you planning to assassinate us?"
Do you think they're going to sit him down and ask him if he knows who stole from them?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's
they have.
job.
That's literally his job.
Just pin it on me already. Just rack it up to mine.
All right. Anyway. Okay.
Just put it on my bill.
I
Just
don't
put me to
understand
4
all
stars
the
in
ins and
GTA
outs of
already.
It's on my tab.
Just put it on my tab.
Yeah, I don't understand the ins and outs of exactly how his brain works.
I'm a little confused about how he wants to. He seems like he's in a very bad job for someone who doesn't want to lie.
At least if you're not on the side of the people that you're having to lie to. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think that this is a great job pick for him, but it's where he is. So...
He also doesn't think it's a great job for him, but...
Does anyone else have questions? I don't have any more questions, at least for a little while we put together some other stuff.
Just out of curiosity, looking forward, would you be at Sotsprazi?
Oh yeah, they did float the idea that you just take over here.
Seems like
I
a
don't-
question.
I don't want to be in charge.
I'd
of
rather
this.
not, and logistically speaking, exposing myself to that many people still within the cloister, to let them know that I'm even a viable candidate,
Right,
would
would
put
be-
a lot
yep.
more people in harm's way, I think, and would certainly make this particular cell more vulnerable.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I'll do it if you can't find anyone better, but there are some hurdles
You
to
can
be
find
gotten
anyone
over.
better.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest here. Finding someone to take over from your faction is going to be your guys' job, not mine. I will create a power vacuum for you.
Ah,
I mean, I will give you my opinion, but ultimately you're gonna.
I'm not going to be answering to anybody on iPod power.
Oh, I don't know about that one, Akra.
Is that the kind of look I get on my face sometimes? Because that gave me chills for a minute.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times.
Huh?
What?
You think?
What?
Can you think of anyone more just?
Depending on how you define that word, maybe, but it could work. I guess. Gotta find someone to.
Put your head
Put your
down.
If I had
Someone just
another
throws something at
inspiration.
Castian.
I feel like you gotta find someone to be the carrot to her stick.
Who's a rabbit?
Oh my gosh, they're talking about you.
What?
What?
There's the rub.
What?
You at least have a legitimate reason for being in Costas at the moment.
Okay, can we come back in now?
Okay.
He's real circularly Artemis.
And you wouldn't have to do the job alone. Once the whole mess was cleaned up, I would not mind working by your side.
Oh.
Some people like having a hard worker as a leader.
What?
Someone
And
got their
that,
hands dirty.
and that, of course,
Metaphorically and
if I
physically
may
speaking.
humbly say, addresses your concern.
Oh my.
Carrot, stick.
Oh no, yeah, that'd do it. That'd work.
That sounds.
Why are you giving me carrots? What is the carrot in this scenario?
That would be me.
The carrot is the social graces that you lack.
What do you mean?
Okay. So the proposal that has just been made here
I'm not good with kids.
is that you get to be master of the order in Costas, and I said that maybe that could work, but you'd have to have somebody by your side who could like smooth over the social stuff and be more like charismatic, because that's you're not really that, and we now have an option for that. So you want the job?
Wow, I've never seen someone stop working.
It really is like. I.
No need to answer now.
Yeah, no, you've got at least a month.
Yeah.
I
Where truly fail us in this moment of
You get to be
need.
the big boss.
very much like words have completely failed her, and it sounds almost like she's thinking about throwing up. Like, there's an attempt at language every now and then, but it comes out more of a. This is your new leader.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
That wasn't something we discussed as a potential future, but is that something that you would want?
I think she's gonna have to mull that one over.
I know I wouldn't. So,
Something to think on.
So are you good now, old man?
Yeah.
Great.
and Akrai, who is still standing right next to you, by the way, rubbing your back as you're trying to have these vocal, spasms, trying to get words out. He is going to lean in so that only you can hear him and whisper in your ear, I believe in you.
Oh.
I'm gonna open a hat box and hand it to you.
Please tell
We
me
just-
that was an empty one.
We just
I
use
had
all of your
no
hat
idea.
boxes.
Please
Odd-
tell me that was an empty one.
Odds or evens?
Odds is empty.
It is empty.
I'm so sorry, Castian.
It's okay.
Oh, do you need assistance with your deniability?
I suspect that Mistress Carell has a way to tell when people around her are lying.
Magically, yes.
Can we magically erase his memory for the past half hour?
Do you want help with that?
Not at the moment. I'm okay. That specific heist was asked about in detail today.
Well, good thing nobody has any concrete information about anything that happened.
No evidence.
None at all.
No witnesses.
I would be confident in saying that there was no evidence left behind.
It is the less I know about that particular instance, the better. Also, speaking of carrots and sticks,
Why would that?
I was asked to aid you in that particular endeavor.
Which particular endeavor? Tracking the miss.
Oh no!
Like I said, I'm confident. There's no evidence to track. No witnesses to talk to.
But
Good luck.
I mean, if it came down to it, you could always just pin it on me, and I am an elusive creature.
It's so hard to find.
So hard to find.
Yes, so hard to find.
Like,
You hide in bushes so well.
treading on thin ice, my guy.
Did I miss something?
You did. It was very
It
funny.
was really fun. He's
Lucas is not good with a cane.
Or a stick.
Yep.
Lucas learned what kind of bushes give you rashes and what kind don't. And he learned it the hard
I
way.
think he specifically only learned which ones do.
He's a smart
Less
guy.
of the
He could figure out the...
I see.
Okay.
It was a really bad disguise. It was laughably terrible.
Actually, the disguise itself
No,
wasn't
I
terrible.
did good on my part. It was performance.
The selling of the disguise was laughable.
I see.
Let's move on to better things and discussions. Well, do you want something that could help you next time?
It's more a matter of figuring out what I can and cannot say without strictly lying.
Oh, well, I have a way of just straight up helping with that so that she can't tell if you're lying.
But if she can tell that she can't tell, that is also an issue.
I suppose that's also true.
What is your thought? Like, what would you be doing? What's the mechanics?
I'll kill you and you can't lie.
You watch as he just like has his hand up, and you watch as I blow on my hand, a ring appears on one of my fingers. This allows me to not have people read my mind, know whether I'm lying, my alignment, what my creature type is, but that's kind of obvious. So, just to back up in case something were to happen.
I think
And
if
it
I
goes
turned on
invisible again.
extra magic items, that would also sort of incriminate me.
Well, like, it's invisible. You can make it invisible. See? Look, I'm not wearing any.
Rather,
on my
if
hand.
she is magically detecting whether or not I am lying and doesn't get anything at all, not that I'm telling the truth or telling a lie, I don't know how her magic works, and I don't want to trigger it accidentally.
Fair enough.
Do you know how it works?
Oh, no.
You just are more aware that she has it.
I know one of the rings can turn off all of the lights in the room.
I forgot about that.
Like in the bedroom?
No, just in, like, her study.
No, it turns off all the lights because she goes like this, and then everything goes black.
How'd you know?
You could just stick to the literal truth.
Which is what I have to do.
Just
Direct questions get
Hey,
hard.
don't worry. Just send me under the bus. It's fine. She hasn't found me yet.
Yeah, and again, on the upside, there's no way to know who stole that shipment.
It is also possible that for future work you may get more detailed information. She was rather displeased to hear how little you've been given.
Hopefully that has made a difference in some of the tensions between her and wherever that source came from.
We'll have to see.
And I still managed to find him.
You did. Your skill was not in question for me.
Did kind of, try to burn a building down and a whole bunch of other stuff, but
Where does the cloister get their food?
From town? From various...
I would
People.
know this.
Yeah, lots of places.
There's
Lots of different sources.
I imagine there's like a quartermaster, isn't there?
There is a quartermaster's office who coordinates that sort of thing. There are, sort of depends on what food you're talking about. They have contracts with some of the farmers outside of town, not to take all of the farm and all of the food that they produce, but they spread it around so that there's a good wide variety of sources. They shop with merchants in town. They do have storerooms that they try to keep stocked fairly well in case of emergencies, that sort of thing.
Many of us also keep small gardens of our own.
That too.
Is there a well in the cloister?
Several of them, in fact, yes.
What the cause of dysentery? Just have them have a bad time for like a week.
I've gone down this road before, and the problem is trying to avoid. You can do that. It's making sure that you don't also poison the entire water table for the entire area.
Fair enough.
When you pull that off.
It was the Western game. I was like, I've done that too, but when? The Western game.
Yep.
Just a random thought. How many people are actually in the cloister?
Well, that's actually a good question.
Like, as far as members?
Known members.
Yes.
So there are, any given day, between 500 and about 700 members of the order in the cloister.
Okay.
There are also probably another 200 or 300 members of the actual populace, the city, coming and going on various errands and business that they might have. Supplicants, people there for religious services, the like, general workers, logistics, so you're probably, any given day within the cloister, there's probably a little over 1,000 people.
So it wouldn't be too difficult with the right disguise to walk on in.
Yes and no.
I mean,
With
getting
the right
in,
disguise.
getting in is easy. The gates are very rarely barred.
Yeah.
It's getting out.
It's getting out that will be the problem.
Once the alarm sounds, well, everyone goes into like a heightened mode. All right, well,
Oh, we have a month to plan.
Yeah.
yep.
I'm just thinking of like Assassin's Creed.
Oh goodness. Climbing the tower.
Yeah.
Hey, that was my plan this whole time.
Like I said, getting in is easy, but getting out, go down the side. Gravity will be on our side.
Yeah, but
Until you hit the ground, yeah.
and there are also a whole bunch of monks that can do the same things as far as parkouring down.
And some of them don't
these
even take damage from high falls.
Yep. It's true.
Some food for thought, I suppose.
Speaking of food, have you all had dinner yet?
No.
Let's start
We
cooking.
have these lovely meat pies.
Oh right, I forgot.
Pies,
You said you had meat pies.
meat pies
Oh, I
and
forgot
cider.
too.
You know, really good meat pies and bacon on top.
And
And in them.
And in them.
Yes.
Just give me bacon.
Skip
Just skip the
just
meat
the
pie,
bacon.
just the bacon.
The worst pies in London.
The worst pies in Costas. Just don't ask where we got the meat from.
Popping pushies into pies.
Actually, play Nate wants bacon now.
Of course she does.
Yes, let's eat.
All right.
We have
So,
nothing.
so you all have dinner. Afterwards, Akarai sort of stands, takes you in his arms again, kisses your forehead. One of these days, you're not gonna flinch away. I hope.
I mean, she does like do this like
Mhm.
afterward, but every time like,
Mhm.
the initial thing is.
I'm not here to hurt you, and just sort of runs his hand down your face.
Aww.
Oh, you look like the ass.
You saw, right? Like within your, like you know why I struggle with him. No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Inger
I
never
know that
shared
there
that.
was stuff that happened there. I don't know
I
details.
don't think Inger
Wait,
ever
have
got
you
that.
seen the file that Artemis has on her? Oh,
You never shared it.
No.
Yeah,
That's for the best. I just didn't know.
So does Artemis know?
So I have things to be about and contacts to make. So I will keep in touch. All of you, be safe.
You as
Be
well.
safe.
You too.
I will do my best. Can someone?
Oh, yeah. Let me get it.
Okay.
Go open the
Is
door
there
for
a
him.
way you can amend that so that we can open the door?
I mean, I can.
Don't want to.
All right.
No offense, I don't know if I trust you enough to
I'm
give you
gonna
the
follow.
ability to open the
I'm gonna
door.
follow him out.
So Akarai leaves. Luke.
Artemis.
Artemis leaves.
I've been here longer.
I'm juggling
I
names
know.
here at this point.
So- After they leave, because get close to...
Mm,
Uh-oh.
no.
When we open the
you
door...
don't get to make that choice right now. I need so you're there opening the
Yep.
door. You're going out.
Oh, this is when the monk
Where-
special forces team
where-
is going to hit us.
Where are you? Are you still there in the back room?
Yes.
Where are you? Are you still there in the back room?
I'm headed towards the front room. Just
Headed
make sure
to- headed
everything's
towards the
locked
front?
up.
Where are you? Are you still in the back room?
Yeah, would be.
Okay. Everyone except you. Make me a perception check real quick.
Oh, balls. Oh,
And I'm trying to think where am I at right now
That
in
would
my
be
list.
29.
I think you have advantage.
You do have
No,
advantage.
I'm actually at a disadvantage.
Oh, did
I've,
well, no, it's an advantage this time because you
I
get
have-
advantage
You used
first.
I've used it.
Did you?
Oh.
I used it for a
That
sneaky
guy?
roll that
Oh,
no one
okay.
knew about.
You said perception?
Yeah.
Perception. Okay. All right. Poor Akarai.
No!
What'd you get?
9.
Okay.
29.
29.
21.
21.
27.
29.
Damn.
27.
Oh yeah, not you.
Okay.
Everyone but Lucas.
Ignorance.
So
is
Lucas
bliss.
doesn't catch it.
Yeah.
Akarai doesn't catch it. But a couple of things happen sort of all at the same time
Yes.
that
Yes.
you guys do actually clue into. They're sort of from a couple of different places, couple of different rooftops. There's a flicker of motion. You see shadows sort of pop up, crossbows come up,
Ah, here
and
we go.
take a bead on. They draw a bead on Artemis. They draw a bead on Akarai.
This is gonna be because you started a fucking trade war. That's what this is gonna be. This isn't the monks.
Whoa.
This is the
Whoa.
people.
So that's
Whoa.
one thing. The other thing is way too fast to actually see. Way too fast to see anything but the impression. There is motion that flows kind of past all of you outside, and Killian at the door, through the door into the middle of the back room, and then there is a flash of flame and the smell of sulfur.
What?
What did you
I didn't
do?
do anything. What?
And so, as we leave tonight's session,
Hold on a second.
as we leave tonight's session, 2 crossbows fire from across the way, from the rooftop, and 2 devils, pop up in the back of your hat shop. And that is where we're going to leave it for the night.
Hell, man!
Uh-oh. I didn't do anything.
I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you'll have to come back to see what happens with the cliffhanger. Keep tabs on our Discord server. There's some question about whether we'll play next week or not. We have company coming in. It'll be a matter of timing if we can get back from the airport, dropping them off. But we'll let you guys know via Discord what the plan is for next week. If we don't play next week, then we for sure will pick this up the week after. So just stay tuned to Discord for that. You can also check out our YouTube channel if you're not already familiar with it. All of the video content that we produce winds up on our YouTube channel. Be sure you go out there, hit like and subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you will always know when new content gets put up. I just recently uploaded 7 episodes that I had forgotten to upload. So if you had the notifications on, you would have seen all 7 of those come through. So hope you guys will join us again for whatever our next session winds up being. Hope you also enjoyed tonight's session. Come back and see us next time. Until then, remember,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Night.